And there's a couple of reality shows I watch, and I only watch it for one, entertainment, and two, just to see how the world does things. And I just sit there and I laugh, and I just kind of I shake my head and all like, are you serious? You got the married at first sight, Love is Blind. You have all these things, and there was one that I watched, and the women who they had on the show, most of them didn't really want marriage. Men too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say both of them. Men and women, they don't really want marriage. Maybe a handful wanted marriage, but most of them, they love the thought of being married. They want the celebrations of the marriage. They want the wedding. They want the wife status. They want the husband status. Because most of them, they want the cake. They want to eat it too. And they put and these experts goes into the homes to see how they live and to ask them what they like, what they don't like. They ask them about their lifestyle. And they look at somebody else, and this is what the world does. They look at a person's outward appearance and try to match make.
That's why their matches don't last well. For how long?
And most of them, and what I do, I make it my business to go back and see. Let me see how many of these people still married. 99.9% of them are divorced.
And then they remarry within 6 months again.
To somebody else that wasn't even on the show.
Jennifer Lopez.
So, God can work how he wants to, but for the 99.9% of these people are divorced. People don't know what marriage is. They think it's just, I don't want to be lonely. Oh, I want to just, I want to have somebody I can call my own. Mm-hmm. Even when they ask them, why do you want to be married? Well, I've been doing it my way for so long. Well, baby, you're still doing it your way.
Yep.
Think about it. You reaching out to somebody, asking them for their advice, but no one's talking about God. No one's asking God for his advice. No one's asking God, is this the person I'm supposed to be with? No one's asking God, okay, God, am I supposed to be married? God, what is your will for my life? What's your purpose? Is it marriage? None of them. They say these words. I want somebody to call my own, my husband. I want to be able to go out to eat with somebody because I'm tired of eating by myself. I want someone to spend time with. I want someone, to celebrate with me in my accomplishments. No one's talking about purpose. It's all about self-gratification. I want. Mm-hmm. No one's talking about, okay, if that's God's purpose for my life, that's what I want. I'm just saying, when you're looking at the world and you compare, even religion, let's talk about religion, because a lot of them profess salvation, but they're doing it the world's way.
Yeah.
They are. The only difference in front of their name is they're Christian. That's the only difference. But the formation, the format, the hookup is the same as the world. You can't tell the world from. That's why we always say, the world and religion, they can have it. Give me my relationship with God all day. Mm-hmm. There's a difference. Mm-hmm. Everybody around here screaming Christian. Mm-hmm. But ain't nobody here screaming Jesus. Mm-hmm. Nobody's calling the name of the Lord anymore.
Yeah.
It's all about success, and I want these views, and I want these likes, and I need these followers. And then when you start talking about God, the social media don't even want to talk about God. They start censoring you. Tracy said those women, they wanted weddings but not a marriage. That's true.
Can I say this too, babe? It goes both ways.
It does.
You got men who getting married the same reason as a woman getting married.
They want sex.
The man wants sex. He wants security. He don't feel complete until he has his wife or he has a wife. He don't understand the true purpose of marriage is God connected, God bringing together for a solely purpose for God to get the glory. That's it. And to be fruitful and multiply. And the fruitful and multiply, it can be in so many areas of being fruitful and multiplying. It doesn't have to be just having babies. It can be in other aspects, when you're able to pour into the lives of people. That's being fruitful, and that person can take what you've given them and share that with somebody else, and then that person can share that with somebody else. So that can be fruitful and multiplying too as well. You don't have to specifically be in the area, but men do the same thing. The men are just blinded just as much as the women are. Period. Because I, to myself, I was blind. I was still caught up in my ways. I was still caught up with choosing the person who I felt I wanted, the one who I had my eyes set on. I was in my flesh. So men don't understand that too as well. They don't understand. And women, they don't understand it. They don't understand. I mean, many people can be married by God who connected it more right now than the people who are trying to connect themselves. Only if they knew the secret on how to line themselves up with God first.
Not everyone is chosen for the purpose of marriage.
Absolutely.
And that's true.
When people say, I hear them say it all the time, marriage is instituted by God. Do y'all really know what that means? Do people really know what that means when someone says God instituted marriage? Well, let's take that word institute out. How about God is the one that initiates marriage? It's the same word. But a lot of people don't understand what that means. God is the one that initiates what he wants, when he wants it, how he wants. He chooses who he wants. He takes both of them through their process, brings them together in his own time, and then that's when he approved his presence and his glory on that marriage. And now that marriage becomes an example into the eyes of people in the natural. They're not afraid to share with you about how they got together. They're not afraid to admit to you where they were before they got together. They're not afraid at all. Why? Because they know it wasn't them who did it. They know it was nobody but God.
And just because it was done in a organized religion, doesn't mean that it was done by God.
That's right.
Just because a priest or a pastor or a bishop ordains your marriage doesn't mean it was ordained by God.
Yep.
Just because you go to marriage counseling and the marriage counselor say, okay, y'all are ready for marriage, does not mean God is saying you're married, you're ready for marriage. Our first teacher, if God is your father, he should be the first one that you consult. And then he will confirm what he has told you. But we don't like that because we don't want to hear what God got to say. Don't play. A lot of times, you don't want to ask because you don't want to know the answer. Because what if God say, no, I don't want you to be married right now. I want you to stay single for 10 years, for another 20 years, or forever. People not ready for that because their sole desire, their whole purpose of living is to get married. So they would rather go into this relationship based on flesh and emotions and then ask God to bless it after they done entered it. God not bless this mess. God said, I ain't said to get into the mess. So now you got to stay in it until I give you a way of escape.
Yeah.
So we have to be very careful when we see these people and we see that they have a celebrity title or they're on reality TV. And these reality shows and these females that's flaunting everything and showing everything. I'm like, God, where have we? I don't even know the word for it.
I was watching yesterday, man. It was a commercial.
It was a commercial,
and I like
reality commercial.
Wow, what
they just
what's
showing
going on with these women, man? Why did they feel? What has caused them to provoke them to act out their feelings that they believe that the way they dress and the way that they put on,
Hoochie mama shorts, baby.
Yeah, I mean, what gives them that? That
they're young, they're immature. I mean, they want that fame. This is like the social media world, babe.
I mean,
everybody wants.
I know the answer, but
everybody wants money based on their flesh. Based on what they can show.
Yeah.
They can show a breast here and a breast there and the thigh there. Everybody showing chicken legs here, because they want to be seen. They want the glam. They want the fame. They want the fortune. So if they will sell their souls, their bodies to get it, they will. And usually we didn't see it years ago. We didn't. Half of the stuff you had to pay for to see. Now you can just pick up your phone, put it in, and it's there for the showing.